Hello and welcome to today's video. This is a really fun one. This is my December TBR. I'm once again using my Snakes and Ladders TBR board to pick it. It's December, it's the last one of the year. These are the final books that I'm committing to for the rest of the year. I don't know, like I think that's pretty interesting, pretty cool. And I'm really excited for them. I have already picked them, I've already done the rolls, so like me currently knows what I'm reading. But yeah, it was an interesting one. It was a lot of fun and I think I'm going to change things up a little bit for next year, so do stay tuned for that. Like, still the same board, still the same concept, but I'm just going to add a few extra bits and bobs in here and there. So yeah, if that's something that you would like to see, then do stay tuned. But yeah, I guess we just get on with the rolls. This is my Snakes and Ladders TBR game. I have a counter, an 8-sided die, and then a load of prompt cards, and the colours of the card correlate to the colour you land on the board. We have visual, other, game, type, and genre. So those are all of the different cards and all the different types of prompts that you can get. And essentially, I roll the dice, I move the counter, I land on a colour, and I'll pick a prompt card based on that colour, and we fulfil the prompt with a book. That is the very simple terms of what we're doing. If you do want more information, I will link up above January's round of the TBR game, because in that one I went fully in detail of like all the aspects. I showed absolutely everything, I gave examples of everything. So if you want more information, January's is linked up above. But I think we should just get into it. Let's do roll number 1. Okay, so we ended November on spot number 5. So we are going to do our rolls starting from there. Yeah, this is December. This will be the last game of 2022. This will be the last TBR picked by this until the new year. So yeah, let's get rolling, I guess. As usual, I'm going to do 6 rolls and we'll see where it gets us. Oh, and I have also restocked these. I've gone through all my books that I've read this year and got all of the cards out. So we are restocked, shuffled. Hopefully it'll all go to plan. So yeah, roll number 1 is an 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 is green, which is other. So roll number 1, we have got other, which is read it this month or unhaul it. Okie dokie, we will figure that out. So as you saw, roll number 1 we got other, and this was read it this month or unhaul it. And there were 2 books in my self-destruct pile from last December that I decided I'd give a bit longer, but I have picked one of them up, which means I will be reading it in December or unhauling it. And that is Eragon. This is one of only 2 books that's left on my these books will self-destruct in 12 months. And the end of December is the end of those 12 months. All the rest I've either read or unhauled, and honestly I've unhauled most of them. But there were 2. This one and Gone Girl I decided I'd give a bit longer because I just hadn't had a chance to fit them in. But I had been trying. But December's the month. I'm eventually going to read Eragon. I am really excited for this. It's quite a big commitment, and I do want to do some sort of video recording, like reading all of the books in the series. I think there's 4 main books, and then they have had like spin-offs and adaptations from that. So I will probably record this and just like include it when I get to the other books in a few months time. But yeah, so Eragon, let's read it. 1 boy, 1 dragon, a world of adventure. When Eragon finds a polished blue stone in the forest, he thinks it is the lucky discovery of a poor farm boy. Perhaps it will buy his family meat for the winter, but when the stone brings a dragon hatchling, Eragon soon realises he has stumbled upon a legacy nearly as old as the Empire itself. Overnight, his simple life is shattered and he is thrust into a perilous new world of destiny, magic and power. Can Eragon take up the mantle of the legendary dragon riders? The fate of the Empire may rest in his hands. I think this sounds so fun, so exciting, and like it could be such a good time. So I am really excited to pick this up, and it's one I've been excited to pick up for a long time, so I'm really pleased that I'm eventually getting around to it. Okie dokie, roll number 2 is a 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, -1. We're going up a ladder, so we only have to do 5 rolls, and it's a purple. The purple is visual, and for the visual card we have got foiling on the book. Okay, I definitely feel like we can do that. So then we had prompt number 2, which was visual, and it was foiling on the book. Honestly, there were so many books I could have chosen for this, but I've had The Binding by Bridget Collins? Yeah, Bridget Collins, for ages, and I haven't read it. Like, it's one that I'm like, I'll get to at some point, and then I saw The Betrayals by Bridget Collins in the same sort of edition, which has foiling on the cover, and the synopsis of this just sounds really cool, really interesting, and like it could be a really fun time. So I think I'm going to pick it up. Well, I've decided it's in the TBR. I am going to pick this one up first. I don't know what order they're written in or anything, but this one just sounds really cool, really interesting. At Montferry, an exclusive academy tucked away in the mountains, the best and brightest are trained for excellence in the grandeur. An arcane and mysterious contest. Leo Martin was once a student there, but lost his passion for the grandeur following a violent tragedy. Now he returns in disgrace, exiled to his old place of learning with his political career in tatters. Montferry has changed since he studied there, even allowing a woman, Claire Dryden, to serve in the grandeur's highest office of Magister Ludi. When Leo first sees Claire, he senses an odd connection with her, though he's sure they've never met before. The bond between them is strengthening, but both Leo and Claire have built their lives on lies, and as the legendary Midsummer Game draws closer, secrets are whispering in the walls. So I think that sounds so interesting, and I think that if that was set in our modern world, I would have picked it up already. But in case you couldn't guess from the fact, you know, there's one woman allowed in now and the way it's written, this is historical fiction. I don't know what like sort of year this is like set around, what sort of like age this is, but yeah, Bridget Collins wrote historical fiction, so that it will be somewhere in there, and that is the reason I haven't picked it up already. But that just sounds so interesting to me. I really can't wait. So that is book for roll number 2. Okay, roll number 3. Oh, it got a 6. Okie dokie. Which way are we moving? This way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's an orange colour, which is type. And for type, we have charity shop. So a book that I've got from a charity shop. Nice. Then roll number 3, we got type, and the type of book was charity shop. And this is one I think a lot of people will be excited that I'm eventually going to read. When I found this in a charity shop, it was in a book shopping vlog, and I found it. I paid 50p for this, like honestly, great. So I got a few comments saying how amazing the book was, which I already knew people felt like, but people were literally saying, oh my gosh, like The Night Circus, you have to read it. So I plan on reading it. This is a book I picked up in the charity shop, and it is The Night Circus. I know very little about it except for it's meant to be like very atmospheric, very magical, very like vibey, and I think it could be a really cool book to read kind of like this winter time. So the circus arrives without warning. No announcements precede it. It is simply there when yesterday it was not. That's all it says. I don't know what I'm walking into, but I'm so excited and so like intrigued to pick this up. I think it could be a really fun time, and I'm really looking forward to going into it quite blind. So that was roll number 3. Okay, roll number 4, which could be our penultimate roll this time, is an 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's orange again, so type. We've got type of book, and for this one we have got YA. So the type of book it will be is a YA book. Then roll number 4, we got type again, and this type was YA. Now I've decided to just pick this one honestly to finish the series. I'm not really looking forward to it that much, but this is The Secret Circle, The Temptation. This is book 6 of the Secret Circle books. It's the last one I need to finish the series. The series has gone really downhill since the first couple of books, but I only have one left. I've already read the others. Maybe it'll turn it around, but yeah, these books were written in I think like the 80s or the 90s, and they are, oh well, apparently book 6, the first paperback edition, was in 2014. I don't know, maybe they were only in hardback before then, but anyway, they started being written very early on. I think the first book was like either late 80s or early 90s, and then they got taken over by a ghostwriter, and then loads of other things have happened in them, but I'm intrigued enough to want to finish it off, but I'm glad I only have one book left, because I don't think I would be if I had more. But The Secret Circle is about a coven of witches. We follow Cassie, who is new to this. She finds out she's a witch very early on, and it basically just goes from there. They live on a small little island. People get involved, witches get involved, witchy stuff happens. It's a fun time, or at least the first couple of books were a fun time. Kind of gone down since then. But yeah, we'll get this finished, we'll get another series finished and ticked off. So roll number 5, which will potentially be the final roll here. We are heading into a dangerous territory, but you know, we'll give it a go. This is hopefully our final roll, and it is is that a 1? Yeah, that's a 1. So purple, visual. So for our visual one, we have got animal on the cover. So let's figure that out. And then last but not least, we had roll number 5, where we got visual, and the visual was animal on the cover. Now this book I have technically started this year. It's a reread, but I've restarted it this year, but I just never finished it. I put it down, I never picked it back up, so I'm gonna add it to the TBR officially to hopefully get it finished, and that is The Travelling Cat Chronicles, which, as you can see, has a cat on the cover. This book is so good. Like, as I said, like, this is a reread for me. I have already read it once through already, and I'm about halfway through, to be honest, from earlier on in the year. I don't know if I'll start again from the start or continue from where I left off. I'll probably just see how much I'm remembering and then decide. But yeah, this is like amazing. It's written from the cat's perspective, and we follow this cat and its owner. I don't want to give anything away, so I will just read the synopsis. It's not the journey that counts, but who is at your side. Nana is on a road trip, but he is not sure where to. All that matters is that he can sit beside his beloved Satoru in the front of his silver van. Satoru is keen to visit 3 old friends from his youth though. Nana doesn't know why, and Satoru won't say. Set against the backdrop of Japan's changing seasons and narrated with a rare gentleness and striking humour, Nana's story explores the wonder and thrill of life's unexpected detours. It is about friendship, solitude, and knowing when to give and when to take. Above all, it shows acts of love, both great and small, can transform our lives. So yeah, and I'm really excited to finish this off and read it, and yeah, I think it's going to be a fun one, but an emotional one. So that is the 5th and final book that I am committing to in December. These are the books, these are the final books of the year potentially. So yeah, excited. Though that is everything. That is all the books. There's only 5 of them this month, but I do think that's good. I think December's going to be busy, but I also need chill vibes. And it also, if I do finish all 5 of these, it leaves quite a bit of room for me to just pick up what I'm feeling and mood read a bit. So yeah, I'm really happy with this. I do hope that you really enjoyed the video. Please do give it a like if you did like it. Subscribe down below if you'd like to see more content like this, and hopefully I will see you next time. Bye.